What's up, everybody? My name is JEFFBIEL. Make sure you hit thumbs up, and let's get this show on the road. Welcome to my premiere show called CatFish Den. Remember, this show doesn't have a set time or date. This platform is designed for convenience of the guest speaker, reminiscing about their extreme takedowns. So let me introduce you to Darrell and Woody from Trophy Seekers Outdoor Team TSO. They'll be discussing about their takedown that took place on January 3rd, 2024. Hey, Darrell. What's up, Woody?
Hey, man. How you doing? Thanks.
Good.
Thanks for having us on
here.
Glad
to be here.
First and most, congratulations on the 3-digit Monster Blue.
Oh, you talking about the one that Woody stole from me, right?
Oh, he stole it from me. It's all his. He's like, yeah, buddy. What are you gonna do about it?
We had a wrestling match for it.
He said that he flipped and I lost. I don't know. We had a heck of a day. I'm gonna tell you what. The story started way before the 100-pound blue cat got on the hook. I can promise you that much.
Yes, sir.
So did you guys plan this day, or you just woke up, be like, hey, you called each other up out of the blue and just decided to hit the water?
No, we plan any day we go up because you got to remember we're an hour and 45 minutes away from where we put the boat in. So
right.
We have to get up. You know, we don't just wake up and go. We got to get up like 6 o'clock in the morning to go up there, to get up there at 8 o'clock in the morning. So by the time you get the boat in the water and everything like that, we make a day of it. So
yeah, and we got 2 different schedules too, so we're always trying to hustle and make it work.
Yeah,
it definitely sounds planned. This sounds about right.
Yeah.
Usually when you plan on going out and fishing, nothing goes to plan. You always have to throw that the wrench in to screw something up. But it seemed like that day worked out perfect for you guys, and everything came together to launch it. And did you anchor or you drift? How did you guys catch it? You anchored or you drift?
We do. Say hello to everybody out in chat. I haven't said that, but appreciate everybody that's coming in and watching this, and curious of how 2 dummies like me and Woody caught a big old fish. But I'll tell you I'll tell you how our day starts out when we go fishing. Woody comes down here. We fuss and chew on each other and all for an hour and 45 minutes, aggravating each other all the way up to when we get to Tennessee. And then our first priority, go catch bait. I mean, first thing we did was when we got up there was went and caught bait. Took us about an hour to catch. Wait a minute, let me restate that. It took Woody about an hour.
I was a lucky bait man that day.
Woody made me look bad on bait that day. I think I caught 3 or 4, and Woody was just like jerking the shell crackers and the bluegill. I mean, he was just jerking them right in the boat. I think we wound up with about 20 of them, and I think 3 or 4 is about all I caught.
Okay. You say you caught bait. What kind of bait did you guys catch?
We usually go for bluegill first. That's our first option, and then sometimes we'll go after skipjack. But this time of year, we're usually going with bluegill.
Interesting, because this time of year in the north, all the bluegill, they're dormant stage, and you rarely catch one. If you do, it's like really thin and it's nothing really to it. It's not even worth.
Well, that's when you catch
channels.
Yeah, you take dynamite then if they're sitting still, or easy to blow up to the top of the water. I see where Fish Shizzle said, always bring a bait rod. I don't know if y'all know, but him and Bob went Friday and he forgot the worms and his bait rod at his house.
Oh no.
That's a sin.
So, yeah, it's just good to take a bait rod for sure. But we like to fish with our number 1 bait. I know everybody says in Tennessee number 1 bait is skipjack, and that is for some people. But I say fish with what you have confidence in, and I'm telling you, we have caught so many big fish on bluegill, shell crackers, like that, than any bait that we've ever tried. Well, crappie also. Hope there's not a fishermen out there, but we've used them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We've caught. What do you think? About 15 or no, not that many. Probably 10. No, I guess close to 15 fish over 50 pounds, something like that.
That's impressive.
Over what, say 2.5, 3
4
year
years.
period, I guess.
Yeah, 3
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been going up there for almost 4 years now, and
I'm horrible with time.
yeah, you've been beaten the head too many times. Woody used to. I don't know if people know it. Woody used to be a professional wrestler, so he's been hitting the head with a chair a time or two. He might have been hit with a chair by me once or twice. Oh man, but so that's why we start out. We go get our bait, and then when we fish, especially the area we fish in, there's a particular time that the fish are active there. And a lot of people look at, and like, there's people out, like the people up that fish the James River, they look at the current on times to fish, or not the current, but
the tied in, tied up.
Tied out. We fish the river and we look at the current, and different current calls for different places to fish. And that, that may sound crazy, but it does. I mean, it's shown time in and time out. Woody will tell you that, if we look in, they're running 45,000, CFM down that river, then we're going to fish this way. If they're running 70,000, we're going up on the lake. We ain't going to fish the river because that's way too much. We're going up on the lake. And then if it's running 20,000, or even once it gets down, the area we fished at, when we get down, and we were around 15,000 CFM that day when we caught them. And that's, around that's the peak time when we want to go fish that area. It's just that we've just learned that's when we can get the big fish down there. And so we started out pretty high on the river to start with. And we were catching several of them in the teenage, what we call teenagers, the 10 to 20 pound.
Okay.
And
juveniles, I call them.
That's when we caught the pieball. I think you got a picture of that if you want to throw it up.
Yeah, I do. 1 second.
We caught this one. This started off today.
Oh, my bad.
Wrong one. There you go. That was supposed to be Woody's fish.
Right there. You held off on it, huh? Smart guy.
Beautiful fish.
We had I know Monty's gonna be on here, so we'll talk more about it whenever he gets on here. But we actually was using the guard dog fish catch method to catch that fish. So he hit on the guard dog and we caught that fish on it. But I got so excited, I ran up there and got it instead of Woody. It was supposed to be Woody's down reel. We take turnabout when we fish. Like the first fish, either Woody will catch or I'll catch, and the next one I'll go and reel in. So we always take time. But for some reason, I got excited and I reeled that one in, and I was upset with myself because Woody had never caught a pieball before. You guys can see his fins and his tail and the white marks on him, and then around his face, he's got a lot of white on him. That was supposed to be in Woody's fish, but that didn't work out so good, and I felt really bad. I bet I apologized 10 times to him, but we caught that actually while live stream was going. And so that was a good fish, and we've been fishing a good time the rest of the day, and we seen that they'd turned the current down, so we started going down the river more. And then once they turned it down, and it was running about 1450, I think is what it was, wasn't it, Woody?
Yeah.
CFM, I said, well, let's go down. I said, let's go down and see if we can catch a flathead. I said, I believe we can catch a flathead. And so we were running down through there. And a lot of times, and Woody will tell you this, I just have a gut feeling to stop somewhere and I'll do it. And it's turned out so many times. And on the way down, we've got a favorite spot down there that's at the end of a big hole. And I just stopped right there. I said, let's try it right here. I said, I know it ain't quite down where we catch the flatheads all the time, because flatheads, down there, they're in a different area a lot of times than where the blue cats stay. I said, let's try it right here. And that was the magic spot. we got down there and we anchor up. That's what we do. We have spot lock, so we anchor up and we fish out the back of the boat. And so when we anchored up and we hadn't got the rods out no time, and bam, we had 220s doubles. I reeled one in, or you reeled one in. I don't remember which one it was. And then just as soon as we got that in the boat, we had another one and reeled it in. So we got 220s right there. I thought, man, I'm glad I stopped. This is a good hole. And we cast back out. And I don't know what I was messing. And it was my turn to reel one in. And I was messing with the rod on the far right side. And one of them just buried. And when it buried, I just looked at Woody. I said, go ahead and get it. I'm messing with this rod. And I knew it was a good fish, but I never dreamed Woody was going to take my fish away from me. But we were actually going to go catch flatheads just a little bit further down. And I just had a gut feeling to do that. And we did that. We've done that a couple times. Woody's biggest flathead he ever caught. We did the same thing, didn't we, Woody?
Yeah, literally not far from there at all.
Yeah, and we were going down the river, and I was like, man, I was like, I know this is, I mean, it was running fast that day. So I know it's fast, but I don't know why. But let's stop here and try it. Me and him and Russ, our buddy Russ was, and we anchored down, and bam, 54-pound flathead. We brought and that thing put up a fight. Which one? I would say the 100-pounder put up more of a fight than the 54-pounder, just because. But you had more trouble with the 54 because you had a rod that wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's a 44. That's a 44 blue that we caught with that.
I don't have a picture of your flathead, so.
Yeah, I was thinking you had one. You showed it to me where I'm holding it up. No, that's the 74. That's a different time.
Yeah, that's another year. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, so we caught it, and we've done that a lot of times where we're just going down the river, and I just go get a gut feeling, and we catch some big fish like that. But anyway, so that one went down, and he's fighting it, and we know it's a big fish because when it first took off, when he goes, he's spooling me. He's spooling me.
Yeah, I thought I was spooled for sure, man. I was like, holy smokes, Darrell spooling me. And man, it just kept going. I'd take a little and he'd give, and I'd take a little and he'd give. You know, it's back and forth forever, it seemed like. And then in the middle of me reeling him in, the other rod on the right hand side, boom, it buries. And then Darrell's over there fishing for that one while I'm still reeling in that big one. And man, it was crazy. It was just like pandemonium.
Guys are yelling, screaming, having a good time. Did you say anything? I hope you do not lose that fish. Do not lose that fish, right? Is there anything that's coming in mind?
And he looks at me, and I said, this is a good fish too, Woody. I said, now I know it's not as big as yours because I could tell Woody had a big one. Well, I had Uncle Lou. I'll get this rod right here. I actually brought it in here. Everybody's asking what we caught it on. And it was on this Uncle Lou right here. And man, I'm telling you what, he was fighting it. Uncle Lou rod, 7'6" rod. And it had it just doubled. I mean, just pulled. And so in the middle of they had, like I say, I'm bringing that other one. I can tell that's a big one. And I had it on this one, on this Mad Cat's rod. And he had it doubled down. So I finally got it up there, and I said, well, I about got it here. I think I'm going to get netted. He said, sorry, dude, I can't help you.
You're like, what? Why not?
He said, I got my hands full.
That's all I could do, buddy. I was hanging on for life.
Were your arms tired out? Were you like, oh, were your hands cramping?
I kept saying the whole time, my shoulder's trash. My shoulder's trash. It would just felt like it was going to fall off.
This was a 20-minute fight, guys, at least. But I said, that's okay. I know yours way bigger than this, and I can get it. And I keep a big, everybody makes fun of my big. I've got the Munster rod holder, the Hydro 150, just because when that river's running, You want a big net to be able to easy. I tell everybody the Hydro 80's a rifle and the 150 is a shotgun. You just got to get it close and you got him. So I got him in that thing and got him over into the boat. And I guess it took about 10 more minutes longer to get him in for Woody to get his in. And the funny part is, go ahead.
Yeah, about that time when you got that one in, we were fishing in like 60 foot of water, and then I was probably at 30 foot of water.
Woody, I told everybody, Woody, I told everybody it was in 4 foot of water. I've told everybody it's 4 foot of water.
So we was about in the middle there, and we were just stalemating, man. I was just, all I was doing is sitting there keeping the pressure on him, because I reeled just a little bit and he'd take it right back. And it was just, we were stalemating for like 5 minutes, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Right.
He was doing
that. We're reeling to get it close to the boat, and then all of a sudden it spins or it goes for a run, right?
They both run. I guarantee that deer, I'm trying to deer hunt now. I guarantee that fish went for what, 10 runs like that at least?
Oh, yeah. Big runs.
Yeah.
That's when that started, I'm like, this is a 50, 60 pound fish, because it was fighting good. But man, after he started making all them runs and stuff, and we weren't going anywhere, I'm like, Darrell, this is a big fish. That's when I started becoming a believer.
Yeah. It didn't know it was hooked till it got close to the boat, and then its first run, man, he almost pulled it. I was about to reel the lines in and chase him. And finally, we got him stopped and coming that way. And I think once he started coming toward the boat, he didn't realize he was actually hooked. And then once he realized he was hooked, Woody was like this. But then he goes. Yeah, and he's like, my shoulder's trash. I said, I ain't taking your rod. You're getting it in yourself.
So did it take both of you guys to lift that fish up?
Oh, absolutely.
Body.
I mean, just you can imagine it was 100 and 101 and a half. What we're saying it was. Just picking it, and mine's a deep V-bottom boat, so you're below the water with your feet, and you're picking him up and trying to get above the boat and get him back in. It was
on the lower back.
4 tries to get him in, didn't we?
4 tries?
Yeah.
Well, you got it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't know how these guys hats off to these guys that pull these 120-pound catfish up by themselves and load them on the boat and everything. I don't know how they do it. Hats off to you.
They're a lot younger and stronger than us, ain't they, Woody?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, man. But it was a struggle. We finally I've got the 44 in there and finally get it out of the net. And when we bring that 100-pounder, well, when it comes up and it's in the net, Woody goes, oh my God, that's a 100-pounder there. I already knew it was. I'm like, this is huge. I mean, you just wouldn't believe what this fish looked like up close. It was just a monster.
So we didn't get to see it either, because when he got up where we were able to see him, he was under the boat.
Yeah.
And I was like, we never know what he looked like until he come around the edge of the boat when we went to net him.
Slow. It was like slow motion come out.
Yeah, we seen the demon dragon first, and I'm like, holy crap, he's here,
Yep. Now, when he went down the net, was the net big enough? I mean,
it was a 150.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that big 150. He went in it. I'm glad we didn't have an 80 because I'm telling you, he went in it good. I mean, because those monster nets, and I was going to tell you that I know people complain about they got a pretty big hole, but they're just great for a river because the water goes through it. You get a small net in that river, and you're fighting the river and the net more than you're trying to get the fish. And then it's big.
Right. There's 2 types of net. There's a lake, still water, and there's a river, like you just mentioned. That's the purpose of the 2.
Yeah. And we got him in there pretty good. And then the fight was on to get him in the boat. It was 1, 2. And you know how a net is. It's like a drop cord. If you fall out of an airplane, throw me a drop cord. I know I'll get tangled in it and I won't get killed. Well, that's what a net is too. You try and pull it over and it gets hung on everything on the boat, you know. So it gets hung up a couple times.
It even gets hung up on stuff that's not there.
It seems like
yeah.
So we finally got here, and it's laying there in the bottom of the boat next to that 44-pound fish, and I swear it made that fish look like a 20-pounder. It was just unreal how small it made that fish look like. It was crazy. So it was a heck of a fight, though. We had fun of it, and if everybody can see the screen, or whatever, when do you want to show that video?
Well, my video or your video?
The one I sent you. Poor Ed sent me a hat because I burnt my hat for a good cause when we raised money for Dustin. And that catfish knocked my hat off, and I hadn't washed it yet. Ed, I'd have wore it. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it anyway. It got slimed. If you're looking at the screen to the right of Woody, you can see the hat underneath that catfish tail. Now that's the smallest part of the catfish, and look how it's covered the hat right there. He flipped my hat off when we was trying to get him up there, and he laid his big old tail on the hat, and I was like, "You got it. It's yours, big boy."
I guarantee if Ed's watching, or eventually he will be watching, he sees this. You wore his hat while catching that monster.
Yeah, that's right.
He doesn't care. He's like, I get advertisement. He's good to go, man. He's thrilled about that one. Hey, so you said something about you used a tackle and something like a guard dog. What is that?
A guard dog, and I know Monty's going to come on here and talk more about it. It's a self-hooking system that goes in the end of the rod, and has he come in yet?
Yeah, he's here.
So I'm going to bring him up. He can talk about it, and I'll talk about it with him also, because I'm sure he can show it.
All right, Monty, batter's up.
There he is.
Monty.
How you doing?
Hey, friends. Hey, Woody. Hey, Darrell. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, congratulations, Woody and Darrell. Man, fish of a lifetime. Great job.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mark's out there in chat saying, I seen that fish. It looked like somebody else's head was on there. Yeah, they bait shot. That's okay. Monty, can you show them the guard dog system where I can sort of talk about how we were using it when we were fishing Thursday? He must be behind.
I sure will. You know what, Darrell? I was trying to duplicate the way you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Not bad.
If you have YouTube on,
if you have YouTube on, delete. Shut out YouTube. You might
have a better turn your YouTube off.
I've only got the one screen. That's a StreamYard, guys.
Okay,
that's fine.
Let me refresh. Hey, let me come back in.
Okay.
Take your time. No rush. See you in a minute.
The world of electronics, brother. The world of electronics.
I know.
That's it.
Love-hate relationship, for real.
So anyway, he'll show it in a minute, but it goes in the end of your rod here, and then your line, it's a little Y-shaped thing, and then your line goes into it, and it goes into your rod, and it's barely hung in there. It's sort of like if I was saying anything, it's sort of like a rat trap, where it's barely hung. It's hung in there, but it holds fine. And then it goes down, and when we're using it on a boat, it goes down to our rod holders, and we use a little what's the right name for it is those little clips. I can't remember. Monty knows. He calls them all
cow
time.
bitter or something like that. Yep.
Bean something. There he is. You back now?
Okay.
There you go. Right, you're good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. The show is yours.
I'll tell you, sometimes I have to refresh this. But no, Darrell, I was so impressed. I went back and watched that video of you and Woody on the boat. And I've never seen the guard dog set up the way you set it up. Most people have a little trouble because I've got a rod, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I don't even think you can see that rod in the background. But I've got a rod.
There you go.
Set up.
That's better.
Well, I'm trying to do this. But basically, I've got a guard dog on the end of it. There we go. See the little guard dog sitting on the end? Now, this guard dog has a patent pending trigger. Guys, what makes this guard dog so special is if you adjust this tension string, it's got a lighter setting or a heavier setting for your river currents. You can set this for really, really heavy river currents, or you just by sliding the string, you could set that to a really hair trigger. But it's based on just a physics basis. It's got the fishing line going through this top groove. And I'm terrible with this, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can do this. But the fishing line will go through this top groove. And as the fish pulls, it will release the rod instantly. But Darrell was setting his up a little more unique than I had seen it set up in the past. Darrell, you was actually setting yours up by pre-adjusting the tension string, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What I did was, and I didn't use the little slip thing because I'm not educated enough to use it. I got the length I wanted and I tied it into a loop knot, and I used that carabiner and hooked it. And so once I knew what my bend was going to be, I took and pulled it up there and put it in. And with this hand and held tension with the line, and I would bring it down to my rod holder, and then I'd hook it in there. So, and what it do is, to me, the concept is a lot like a rat trap. It's just barely in there. It was just, like I said, you can set tension, and when that fish hits, it's like a rat trap with a rat hitting a bait. Bam! It jerks back real hard. It's fun sitting back waiting on that thing to go off.
I'll tell you what, guys, I actually came up with this concept about 12 or 13 years ago. This has been a long time in the making, but I was tired of, I do a lot of bait fishing myself when I'm catfishing, and I'd have a bait rod out there catching some panfish, and I'd look over, my pole was bent down. By the time I got there, it was done off. You know, it's great for the short bites. Man, it's just ideal for those short bites. You know, and we all have them where it'll be in just a few seconds and then, you know, pop back up. But with the physics behind it, there's no way it cannot work, because as pressure's applied, it's going to trip that rod. And when that rod trips, if you notice, Darrell, it's not a crazy slap, because the fish has already got tension on the string. It just pulls. It just pulls the hook.
That's where a hook set comes.
That's
well,
so well.
Now, that's probably the way it's supposed to do, but not when Darrell Mars sets it up and I got my rod. I'm gonna tell you, we caught one. It was fun. I had a set. It took a pretty good hit. We had a bent.
You should have seen us. We jumped like a bunch of school kids when that thing went off.
We was like, yes! Guys, it's worth the money just for the first time it goes off, and you're wanting it to go off. You're like, oh, go. Because you see the fish go, choo, choo. And when it goes off, you're like, yes! And it pops up. I told Woody, I said, we got that thing so tight, they better not know
I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something, if I can show you, Darrell. This is that little plate that I was telling you about.
Okay.
Now, what this does is this will fit on any boat rod holder with threads, you know, threaded bolt that goes out down into your T-bar or your base plate, of course. But let me show you how this actually, it's so simple, because that little plate extends the line out roughly 3 inches, 3.5 inches. But you can actually unloosen your rod holder just one turn. But that way you can actually swing that rod into your boat set up the guard dog, and then swing it back over the water, which makes it so simple. But the nice thing about that, it allows you to adjust your trigger. You know what I'm saying? It allows you to bring it right to the side of the boat or inside the boat to adjust the trigger, which makes it nice. You know,
and what I did was,
you did a fantastic job. You did an awesome job.
I took and when we tied it up there for the trigger, I took and looped it about 3 times and tied it real tight. That way, when I set to where I wanted it for firmness on the trigger, I could pull up there and it'd hold. And because I can't, I fish 6 rods off the back, so the only 2 I can really swing is in the back. So I made it where I could fish whichever rod I wanted to be honest with you.
You did all,
and so
you did all.
I got it art. I could make it stay in there and hook it up all at the same time, and it works. So
hey Woody, how long did it take you? How long did it take Darrell to hook one up? Woody?
35 seconds, maybe. 35, 40 seconds. Yeah. That's if he had a little trouble.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. 35, 40 seconds. Well, you know, it was like boom.
If like I wouldn't get it just right and it might flip out, it'd take me another try. But if I got it first time, I could do it in 10 seconds. I mean, because I just put it on there. What I do is I brought the rod in the boat with me. I put it on the tip. I wished I'd got them out of the boat, but I keep them in my boat because I like to use them. They're so much fun. But anyway, so I would put it down and put it here, and I get it, and I just hold tension on it and let the line slide through my hand slowly. And I keep it hooked to the carabiner down at my rod holder. So as I got, once the slack got out of it, then it'd start bending my rod, and I just put it in my rod holder. And then I didn't have to swing it because I was using it. My rods most time get hit that's on the inside. My outsides don't get hit as much. So I wanted to see it work on the inside one. And we caught 2 of the fish we caught was caught on those, and it was fun. Like I say, we caught that pie ball on it, and then we caught one about 15 pounds. But anyway, getting back to what I said, when I bend them, I put a good bend on them. And I told Woody, I said, I know he don't bend his this much, but if we get a 1.5 or 2 pounder and it sets that rascal off, we won't have to worry about putting it in a boat. It's going to bring him plumb in the boat with us. Because I mean,
I'll tell you what, guys, you guys, you know, for your first time out, guys, I'll tell you what, you impressed me. You really did. Darrell, I knew your common sense, you know, you'd figure it out really, really quick, but they're so fast. They're so easy to set up. And man, I'll tell you what, you know, again, it's based on physics. There's no way a human's reaction time can ever set a hook as quick as that guard dog can. At the exact same second that it's pulling, you know, that's got it in its mouth because it's, you know, triggering that rod. It's got pressure on it. So, but you know, a little bit, I think you're going to enjoy him, brother.
Yeah. Well, when we get 6 more, we only got 2 right now. When we get 6, me and him can look at our phones and not worry about it, or get us something to eat, or talk about where we're going to go at next. But you're always just sitting there having a look at those rods, and we're going to be able to do anything and just, oh, bam, he's on, baby. Let's go get him.
Tomorrow, if you can, send me a text. Again, I got your address. I want Woody's address, and I'm going to get some more in your hand.
Okay. All right. We enjoy it. I'm just going to be honest with you. We're like little school kids, like Woody said. We're sitting there like, come on. Hey, get this one.
Growing up, I did bank fishing. I never had a boat, and I always bank fished. And I'd have killed to had some of them because you know, when you're out fishing or you want to go fix a sandwich or you want to go use the bathroom or whatever, you don't want to leave your rods, fear something might happen or you might miss. Well, you ain't got to worry about that when you got the guard dog. Yeah, that's it. And I don't love to have some of them growing up.
The other thing nice about that too, Woody, is how many times have we been fishing and got busy doing something else, and we had a fish strike, we didn't know it.
Yeah,
and they took our bait, and we're sitting out there for 2 hours waiting for a fish with no bait on the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really, it really helps out a few more fish to the stringer. But guys, I want to get off of here, but I want to congratulate you guys. You guys did an awesome job, and congratulations. Like I say, that's a fish of a lifetime. Thank you, good Lord. Thank you, good Lord.
Yeah, that's a blessing for sure.
Well, thank you for coming in, man. Thanks for your time and for explaining everything you did. It's great. Appreciate it.
Congrats on your show, Jeff. Talk to y'all soon, guys.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So, anyways, the concept is wonderful. Like everything he explained made perfect sense.
Yeah.
If you're sitting at nighttime, you don't have much lighting, you're dozing off, or you're eating a snack, or doing whatever, talking on your phone, looking at YouTube, Facebook, then this thing's going to literally catch the fish for you with a little attention, with that little bite. The human eye might not see, it will feel it. It will feel the tension, and then you're going to have a hook set, and you're going to have a fish on there in seconds. Yeah. That's all it took, right?
Yeah, we set ours pretty heavy. Yeah, we set ours pretty heavy because, a lot of times we'll get some small bites that's, because we use big pieces of bait. So, those that's just nibbling, they're not yet out yet. So we set ours where they got to pull it pretty hard. And then there's no doubt it's going to get hooked because, like I say, we've got ours set probably way tighter than he wants us to, but it's fun. It's the funnest thing you ever seen. Now,
it's cool.
Oh yeah,
it's like to your needs. So that's what
guys. If y'all hadn't got, buy one. Just try one, and you're going to sit there. If you're a boat fisherman, you're going to sit there and want to see it go off just for the fun of it. I mean,
it sounds like you got a new sponsorship, man.
Yeah,
that's your jersey.
It's entertaining, man. It's really entertaining.
It is.
We were like,
we were like kids, what we would.
Oh yeah, I was like, as soon as one of the ones we get a little bump or something, and we're like, then when it went off, man, we just so funny.
We was next to a school, and I bet they thought. I thought the kids was in our class. They're down there on the river. We hollered when it went off. We hollered because it was. I mean, it went off and it slammed up there. It hit pretty hard, and we was like, "Yes, it did it!"
So, good stuff, man.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, I got this video of the fish. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, this is show the video of it after we got it in. We've weighed it here and everything.
Boom. There. That 1 second.
Look at that red face.
All right, guys. 101.5 pounds is best we.
Uh-oh.
Well, hop in.
Could do. Weigh his fish after
keep stopping.
We took off the net.
I didn't do anything.
This is
hold on.
You can tell I'm out of breath. So this was after we set it up there and all. We was out of breath.
Oh yeah, Darrell worked his butt off on them two fish. I got news, sir. He worked his tail off.
101.5 pounds.
Technical difficulties, no problem. Give me a second. I'll just bring him back on. I'll bring him back on board and just give me a second.
Bob says he has to quit.
Let's try that again.
Biggest fish I've ever seen in all my life.
Look at poor Ed's hat there, guys. Look at his hat. Look how small
it's catching some waste.
Thank you.
Come on, I heard of a dog bag.
15 minutes to get him in. Funny part is he's supposed to be my fish, and I said, "No, get him, Woody." And what the other funny part is, I reeled in a 40. What was it? 42.
I'll play that again.
Let
me get that out of there and start over. All right.
Look at that fin. That's big on the top of it. That fin on top is as big as a human hand.
Yeah.
That thing's huge.
There you go.
Bob said, Cat says, "Does it look real, chat?"
Well, I had people saying that it was photoshopped.
Yeah.
I had people saying that's Photoshop. That's Photoshop.
I don't know. A lot of people are saying you guys put two pictures together or blend it with AI software to make that fish happen. You see the video I put, the video wasn't working correctly. So I kind of is skeptical, like this is not real fish. I mean, I have the picture here. You want to check it out. I mean, I don't know what this is all about.
There's how we made it right there. It's a bag of potatoes.
I got actually I have someone in the basement has a better concept of exactly what happened here. Let me bring
Oh Lord, here we go.
Uh-oh. Let the haters
come out. Man, why'd you let him in the house? God.
Look, I am a Photoshop expert with over 30 years working with images.
Look at this.
And I can tell you that picture was a sack of potatoes that was edited. They actually took one of Micah Burkhart's fish and photoshopped it over this sack of potatoes, guys.
We've been caught.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm telling them, guys, that's what's going on here. The video's stopping. And here's another thing. Like, me and Brandon went out yesterday to try to confirm the authenticity of that fish. But we fished the exact same hole using higher quality baits, and we didn't get him. He wasn't there. They said they released him. I mean, look at Woody. He's devastated.
Sorry.
These guys, but they're pulling the wool over your eyes, man.
Yeah, shame on you guys.
We're gonna start fishing walleye tournaments next.
Hey, this is just unbelievable that these guys would do this and try to fool everyone.
Right, you're leading this guy on. Think you guys did something well.
Can you kick him off of this?
I mean, look at it. You can't deny it.
Y'all could kick him off this set. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, I've got a video coming out tomorrow, and you'll see the real story. It's an investigative type video.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah,
it's premiering around like 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It raises a lot of questions about this fish, this alleged fish.
I hear Brian B actually caught it.
Man, now I can see you not believing Darrell, but you don't even believe me now.
Well, he's brainwashed you, Woody.
I've been corrupted, haven't I? Right?
Man, you've been tainted, buddy. I wanted to believe it myself. Evidence to the contrary, it really is. No, but seriously, congratulations, guys. That was a great fish.
Then once again, I heard Freddie had caught it.
And Freddie caught it, yeah. Brian caught it.
And then the biggest lie of them all is I heard this guy caught him.
Chadwick?
Yeah, Chadwick.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
They were saying that you guys were stealing their location the whole time. I mean, they were completely upset.
One thing I noticed about all them guys, every one of them guys have put on some weight. That's a big
There's a lot of people in chat saying congratulations, Woody. That is true. Congratulations, Woody. That's a fish of a lifetime.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Darrell put us on the fish. Darrell put us on the fish, and I appreciate him letting me tag along with him. I got to suck up or he won't take me out anymore. So,
yeah, there's even rumors that fish came from a pay lake.
Wait a minute.
Rusty's pay lake, and they didn't come from there.
Rusty who? Brandon says Potato Gate. This is the true Watergate.
The first true controversy of 2024.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people asking me the tackle and what we used now. So if you don't mind, I'll show that also.
Hey, go ahead. I'll give you full screen.
I'm going to back down. I just kind of mess with you guys.
No problem, buddy.
Good, buddy.
Good job, buddy. Good job, Bob.
That was your
I'll contact
time
you
to
tomorrow,
exit.
Bob.
That's what I was trying to say. Hint, get out of here. So, I use a crimping method, and I'll tell you, I'll give. I did a lot of research on crimping and stuff like that. So then I asked Brandon, and he told me exactly what to do. That was the research, but I crimp everything. I know a lot of people say don't crimp the hooks, but when I started off, I crimped half my hooks and tied the other half. I couldn't tell any difference. I was catching the same amount of fish and everything the same way. And then my sponsor, I appreciate them, Demon Dragons. This is actually the Demon Dragon that I caught it on. This is actually a rod and everything. And it is a purple Demon Dragon. And let me see who it is. Blackout Bait and Tackle. That's the Demon Dragon I used.
That's the brute.
That's the brute. Yep, it is a brute. Man,
Yep,
I don't know if y'all seen that picture of it in his mouth, but it looks like one of the little ones there. But I actually crimped them also on each end. I see people that will do only a couple of inches and tie them on and off. I don't like to do that. I like to leave at least 4 to 5 inches, give it 6 inches in the total. That way, I just feel like that if it's tied real close here, that it could make you miss, because I mean that looks like to me it would cause you to miss it coming out the side of his mouth, because he still got that. So I like to bring mine out about a 4-inch piece of line, and the hook will make it another. I use a 10-aught, and it's called Hangry Hooks by CatFish Sumo.
Hangry, I like it.
Anyway, it's called a Hangry Hook, put out by CatFish Sumo. These guys here.
What's up, butterflies? Austin.
Circle hook. And then I use 150-pound leader line. And I can feel like I've got to change this one out right here. I can feel where it was rubbing. But I feel real safe with it. I also learned that from Brandon. That's what he uses. And then I use a barrel sinker or a bearing sinker also. And it's put out by CatFish Sumo also. So I use that. And they're very smooth. They're a lot better than the other type. They're real smooth in turning. So everything, to me, when I do the crimping, it makes everything look more natural. It lets it free. It's not tied tight. So when the water's waving around, and I like the rattle. You can hear the rattle in that. They're real loud. I like to use a rattle. If I wasn't using Demon Dragon, I'd make sure I had rattles. I found that works great, especially when we're trying to catch flatheads.
Yeah, he said sinker. He meant swivel.
Swivel, yes. Sinker, swivel. Sinker slide. I use sinker slides, and then I also use them. And I'll grab this one. I use an inline sinker.
Hey, what size? What pound leader do you use?
That's a 150-pound leader.
Okay.
Yeah, I use a heavy leader. We fish trash real bad.
Okay.
And so I use that. And then on my center rods, my center 4, I use a 6-ounce. It's a no roll, but it's a CatFish Sumo, and it's a little different. I want to show that too. And yes, I am sponsored by CatFish Sumo, but I wouldn't be showing this if I didn't like it and believe it. If you can see, that's a plastic piece going through there. All the way through the other end. So that lead does not slide up and down on your line, scarring it. And that's one thing I like about Daniel. He thinks outside the box, and he puts that in there, and you don't have to worry about it rubbing your line and scarring, because you've already got that piece of plastic that's making a smooth area. So that's why I do that right there. Really like it. I caught the fish on a Uncle Lou's rod, and you can see, like I say here, this is. Now I use sinker slides on my outside rods, because if there's heavy current, I'll use a 12-ounce sinker on my outside rods where I can throw them out, and they'll, dig down into the bottom of the river, and everything won't come all back into each other. So that's what I do.
Hey, Darrell,
Yes,
Uncle Lou, what power is it? Is it medium, heavy, or heavy?
Medium heavy.
Medium heavy, yeah.
So is it mod fast or is it fast action?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
I have
All right,
no.
I'll just stop there. Okay. Oh, is Lisa a real seat? Is it metal or plastic?
It's metal. The
Okay.
eyes are
That's
metal.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uncle glue rods, and I use mostly Pissy Fun reels. I really like them. Guys, if you want to get a Pissy Fun, I can tell you a code, and it's for Kevin with Palmetto Cats has it, and I asked him today because I knew he had one, and let me look at that because I asked him. I said, in case people want to get one of those reels, what is that code? And just a second, he sent it to me. Cat 18 gets you 18% off. You that's the most you can get for a cat for a Pissy Fun, and this is the bigger one. This is the 60 because we like a lot of line. And like I said, he would bounce. You see that one's full, and we almost got spooled with this one right here. But
that's Berkeley Big Game 30-pound test.
Yep. Berkeley Big Game 30-pound test. I like it and enjoy it. It's a good line. It works good. I enjoy these. The big thing when you get these Pissy Funs, make sure to check and make sure that these are tightened, because those folks don't always tighten these good. So before you get started, tighten them. I know some people put Loctite on them. I don't. I just take a screwdriver and tighten them a little bit, because I've heard people that have had problems with them backing off. So make sure to tighten those up with a screwdriver just a little tighter than where they come. If you want Demon Dragons, which is also another sponsor of mine, you can get them cheaper. I'm gonna give you a code for that. It's Chunky 20, and that'll get you 20% off. It's Chunky 20. That's my code. And if you want any of the sumo stuff, use TSO 10. I don't have anything for the leader. This is the leader we use. Is the catchalltackle.com. And you can get this off of Amazon. And it just comes in big rolls like this right here. And I just keep it inside this plastic where it won't get all messed up. And I make sure it comes with these 3 tie-offs like this. And as I use it, if it loosens up, I'll just tighten these up some more, and I've had no problem. The leader line sticks out here, and I'll just slide out enough to get and cut it. But I really like this line, and Brandon with Fish will tell me about it, and I've had no problems with that. The crimpers, you can get them off of Amazon. I don't know the name brand of these, but I like them. Yes, sir.
Be sure to tell them about the free shipping from
right.
CatFish Sumo.
CatFish Sumo stuff is free shipping. So whatever price you see on like the lead sinkers or their hangry hooks or any of that stuff is free shipping. And then you get 10% off. So if there's sales tax, at least you get a little, you don't have to pay the sales tax to use that. So I forgot about that. But that's the tackle we used. And I know a lot of people said, what did you use? So I'm not trying to make a commercial here. I'm just letting people know and help them out if they want to buy it, giving them some codes. So if you get the, I'd say if you get the Pissy Fun, use that code that I gave you for the Kevin Cat 18. If you go to pissyfun.com and order the reels, if you're not fishing fast water or for some really bigger fish, the 50s work. I use the 60s. I really like them. They got a big handle on them. I really like them. And I do use the Kuma reels also, but I really enjoy them. They throw a long ways. That's the one thing I like about them. They really throw a good ways. So, and if anybody didn't get those codes and want to send me a message, I'll give them to you. But for CatFish Sumo, it's free shipping on. That's rods, reels, anything you buy from them. They don't charge you to ship. And then TSO 10 will get you 10% off. Demon Dragons with Tackle Bandit. They'll give you 20% off of their Demon Dragons if you tell them if you put in Chunky 20. This is a Christmas card those guys sent to us. They're one of our sponsors. And I thought that was pretty nice of them to send us a Christmas card for being part of their pro team. So,
hey, Darrell. So everything that you mentioned,
yes, sir,
can possibly help other people land a bunch of these fish right here. I mean, you put 1 and 2 together. That's a combination. good possibility. One day you go out there and fish. This could be you. Could be your
Yep.
face on there.
Exactly. Hey, I'm nothing special. I don't think I'm the greatest fisherman in the world. People say, what's the one thing that you think helps you catch fish more than anything? You know what I tell them? Go fishing.
That's it.
Continuous fishing.
Look at fish. Sit on the couch, you know?
Yep. Look at what you're doing, especially if you're fishing the same areas. Look at the day, the temperature was, what the flow of the water is, if you're fishing a river. All those things. Was you fishing with in a rocky area, or was you fishing over a dead tree? All that stuff, and know what time of year it is and your water temperatures. And a lot of the times you can go back to those places and catch the fish. And a lot of times, especially in a river, I say I'm basically following those fish around. Those fish, 1 week, they may stay for 2 or 3 weeks in this hole right here, and then move out to another place, and you got to go find them again. So pay attention to your surroundings. And I've had people say, well, I don't have a graph like you. I believe that I could go find fish. If I didn't have a graph, I could just use like an avionics or something like that to be able to show at least show the ledges and stuff like that in the deep holes. But, I tell people a lot of times, look at the bank. If there's rocks coming all the way down through there, they didn't just stop at the water edge. They're coming on in there. So you can pay attention that way, And if you don't have a graph to show the submerged trees, if you see a big, big tree laid out into the lake or a river, and it's coming a long ways out there, that's a perfect place to go. So try different stuff. I'm pretty much an anchor fisherman. I do drag some, and I will. We do what's called free lining, and we really enjoy that too. So, but
Man,
also don't get stuck in a rut, sir.
I said free lining is so fun.
Yeah. Make fishing fun too. Don't always just go serious to catch the big one. We probably 90% of the time that's what we do is go chase the big fish. But sometimes we go, let's go buy some chicken thighs or chicken breasts, whatever you can get the cheapest, and let's go free line and just see what we can catch. And I tell you what, that's worked for me also. My biggest blue cat. Sorry, this phone's going on. Let me set it over there. My biggest blue cat is 61 pounds, and we caught it free lining with a bass rod and reel spinner, with a 5/0 hook with a piece of chicken on there. We don't put any lead weight on anything, and we just start floating down the river and throw our lines out and let that free line down through there. And we've caught some big fish like that. Like I say, my PB blue is 60, I think it's 61 pounds, and we caught it free lining. So.
Hey, Darrell, let me interrupt again. Let me see if I can get this video up and running.
Okay.
If it works.
All right, guys. 100.
It's all right.
It's interesting. It worked earlier today.
And 1.5 pounds is the best we could do.
What it is because you're running the program we're on and trying to run that one at the same time.
Weigh his fish after we took off.
There's more to it. Well, I'll just fast forward to it. But anyways, you guys got the gist of this. This is a remarkable fish. Look at the size of it. It's huge. It's like bigger than a hog. This thing is technically a hog. It's a 3-digit number model monster. This thing is like the most incredible thing I've seen in a long time. Yeah. Now, when you lift it up, you didn't use the grippers because grippers right in the
No.
No way in hell. Okay.
Yeah, no way I would pick it up. We actually weighed it in the net.
Right.
So we put it in the net and picked it up. When we picked it up, me and him got together and picked it up. And I'd say that the fish weighed more because it was all we could do to pick it up with the scales. And it was laid, when I looked down, when he said the weight, its tail was still on the bottom. But this fish its mouth was just opening and shutting, gasping a lot because it was well stressed because it went through a lot. 20 minutes of just hard fight. It's like, look at me, I'm a fat boy. There's no way I could fight for 20 minutes. I'd be gasping for air too. And you can hear me on the video. I'm gasping for air. And Woody, he was gasping too. So we could see that fish was bad stressed, and I didn't want to leave him out no longer than we had to. So me and Woody both picked him up and picked him over the side and let him get back in the water, and we watched him swim away. So he's still there.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's all I could do to hold him up.
And 1.5 pounds is the best we could do. Weigh his fish after we took off the net. This is the biggest fish I've ever seen in all my life. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Took us 15 minutes to get him in. Funny part is he's supposed to be my fish, and I said, "Don't get him, Woody." And the other funny part is I reeled in a 40, what was it, 42?
42 pounder.
42 pounder at the same time.
Oh
my goodness.
We went back and looked at the video. It was actually
All
a
right,
44.
guys. We're not going to put video on here and put it back because we can't do it by ourselves, but we.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was actually a 44 pounder when we went back and looked at the video that we caught instead of a 42. But regardless, it was too big fish when you look at it. So, yeah, Ponji, did you cry? No, I didn't cry. But man, well, you know what? There may have been some tears of joy. It's funny. I don't know how many times we hug each other and high five each other. Like an hour afterwards, we were still like fist bumping and talking about it.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
We were fist bumping going down the road when we left.
It was like it just would slowly setting in what we'd done, just you think about it, it's like, holy smokes. And it's like, how many people actually reel in a 44 and 101 pound fish at the same time,
Not many.
It didn't register to me till like the next day, really, that, it seemed surreal there for the first 8-10 hours. To me, it seemed surreal because, people just don't catch fish like that,
No.
I mean, a handful of do, but I was just like, I just couldn't. I was stunned, Darrell. I'll tell you, my jaw dropped.
That was your day. That was your day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it was surreal. I mean, I was thinking about it the day after, and I thought, how blessed am I? We got that one, and then I've caught. When me and Bob went out one time, I've got a 74 pound flathead too, and it's like that's a once in a lifetime fish also. And it's like, how blessed am I that I've been able to catch a 74 pound flathead, and it was in my boat that we caught the 101.5 blue cat also. And to me and Woody, and we both said it wouldn't have been any difference if I'd have caught it or he'd have caught it. That was our fish. I mean, yeah, I didn't care. I was just so happy. I don't care at this point right now.
It's always a team effort with us, and it's been so many times that we've caught double 50s, like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and you can imagine this exactly. So you guys raised the bar for everyone. Everyone's looking up to you too right now.
Oh, don't look up to us. Look up to the good Lord. Don't look up to us.
Okay, well, here's the Lord. Here's you right now, and everybody else is right here. So,
it's putting the time in. I mean, that's a lot of it, and just putting the time in. And like I said, we've been blessed to catch 50 pounders, 2 50 pounders in a day, 3 different times, and it's just a lot of it's reading the water and just. Go with your gut, and if you're fishing, you go, man, I believe I can go with it. So many times I've done that just went with your gut, and it's worked out. And there's been times I pulled up to a place and wanted to fish and didn't see anything on my graft, and I still pulled in there fishing. Because these times those fish are laying so flat down on the bottom, or either under a rock or whatever, that you don't see them, but it's a good spot, and you've caught fish there several times. Go back to it. You try it anyway, because especially if you're fishing a rocky area or fishing trees, down trees, if you're not always going to see them in those trees. And I know it costs a good bit of money for when you're fishing, when you've got the lead weight and all the swivels and all that stuff, but don't be afraid to fish in brush too. I mean, we've caught a lot of big fish fishing in submerged trees.
What was the water temperature I think you mentioned
49
49
degrees.
degrees.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We caught a flathead that day also.
Yeah, you said that. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, I caught the 74-pound flathead. It was
Yep.
February the 10th, I think.
Oh, yeah? I might have
Yes.
a picture of that. Let me see. Here we go. There it is. Even labeled it for you.
54 inches long and a 33.5 inches around the girth is what that fish was.
It's big water. I wish I fished big water. Not me
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
Like my water is a creek compared to yours.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we drive an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes to get to big water, but
I got you.
it's just addictive.
I do. It is. Very.
Look, hey, come with us sometime. I don't think Darrell would probably mind.
Absolutely, come fish with us. We always, if we see people that's asked this question, we're going to tell you. We ain't gonna lie to nobody. I'd rather just not say something as to not tell somebody a place to fish or how to fish or the bait.
Right.
We're always going to be honest about it. I mean, everybody that fishes Tennessee River knows where we caught them at. Area called the gorge. Everybody knows it. And there's just certain times that if you get that current right, you're going to catch those big fish. And if people will notice when they catch the big fish, look at what the current is and everything like that, they'll realize that there's certain times when you can go in there and those big fish are going to bite.
Yeah. So how many hours were you out there before you actually caught the fish on the 3rd?
We started fishing about 9:30 and we caught that one at about 3:30.
Okay.
But we didn't actually go down there and fish it until it was right. In other words, we were fishing up the river in different places. And then it's basically when they turn the flow down, that's when we went down there.
Okay.
You want the flow to be the slowest part of the day before you go down there. And that was when they turned it down, we went down. I said, let's go down there. And that's when we caught them.
Because that's probably where more of the bait fish line up, huh?
Yeah, we're going to fish anywhere from 8 to 16 hours a day. Depends what time of year it is. We make a day out of it when we go.
It's too far.
It costs
too much money to drive up there and not stay up there and catch food.
Yeah, I know. I went to the Chesapeake Bay early last year, and I did the same thing. I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, met up with Damn River boys. I didn't get back till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Nonstop. He was complaining, let's go home. I was like, nope, not yet, not ready. I did well that day. I caught like 340 pounds of fish.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a slow day too. So I'm like, all right, I can't wait until 2024 to try to get 400. We'll see.
And we have a thing called The Gathering. It's going to be May the 17th, 18th, and 19th. All these guys that are I was talking about are my sponsors. We have even more. We've got FOA, which is a great tackle company that sponsors us. Pepsi, Munster Rod Holders. Lord of mercy, help me, Woody. I can't even think of
National Title Pond. A lot of the YouTubers, Demon, like I said, Demon Dragons, CatFish Sumo. Who else?
There's so many. Pepsi Cola.
Yeah, Pepsi. Yep.
We picked up Pepsi this year. Spreader planter boards. We picked them up this year.
Yeah, that's it.
And we'll pick up a bunch more for it. So with Guard Dog. Guard Dog is a sponsor.
Yep, Guard Dog. Yep.
Pontoon Jody, Fish Shizzle, Bobcat, John and Dana, his wife, which is CatFish TV Outdoors. They're a sponsor. Oh, yeah, I got it here now. Chat Cats Guide Service, which anybody knows Joe's great guide service. Jack's Bait and Tackle, Triple City Anglers, the CatFish Conference, Munster Rod Holders, Gardo, National Title Pond,
and heavy hitters.
Online Fishing is a sponsor, and we'll have a lot more for it. They all give door prizes, and last year we gave about $5,000 worth of door prizes away. We expect to do that again this year. So guys, Make your reservation.
Do the
Hickson.
big fish contest.
Yep, big fish contest.
So when's this happening? What month and what date?
May 17th, 18th, and 19th is when it'll be. Get your campsites. It's at Chester Frost. And a lot of people in here already know a lot about it, but we've had last year almost 100 people that show up for that. We do a big fish contest. Last year we gave away $750 to a couple of rods and some reels. Over $1,000 worth of stuff went to the big fish last year. Free barbecue. It doesn't cost anybody anything to come. We ask for donations. People can give donations. We appreciate it because we rent the pavilion. We rent campsites that's on the lake for people to be able to have if they don't have a boat that bank fish. I've got about 200 yards of the bank on the river for them to fish. Well, it's up on the lake, but it's part of the river anyway. So we try to get it for everybody. So.
Hey, Darrell, you left out James on the list, and he's listening.
Yep, I did. Like I said, I'll leave somebody out, but I try to get everybody in there. Cool Cats is a sponsor. We got so many. Thank you, Jody. And we'll be doing some live stuff before we get through with it all. Once it gets closer, we will have a booth at CatCon. So guys, come by there. We're going to be raffling some rods off and some reels and some stuff to help make money for the big fish. So guys, come by, buy a $5 raffle ticket, try to win a couple of rods and maybe some maybe a net or some rod holders, and we're going to be doing several different things. So come by.
Sounds like you're a busy guy. I heard you have another thing on your agenda, something with the vets. Oh, what's this you're doing? With
I am part. I am just joined that, and I'm proud for that. It's called Vets with Nets, and we take out veterans fishing. So I'm a captain now with that. So it's an Operation Vets with Nets. We're going to be starting to take people out fishing, guys. If you want to be a part of that, get in touch with me, and I can get you in touch with the right people. To take these vets out. They gave a lot for us. We need to try to give a little back to them. And so I'm proud to be with that. And that's going to be so awesome. I take my first vet out and try to put him out on some big fish. But I think it's a great organization. We're actually going to a outdoor show on February the 10th up in Tennessee. With Operation Vets for Nets. I'm excited to be part of that. So we're going to be busy with that also. We do tournaments. We do all kind of stuff. I'm doing a little of everything. My wife says, I don't never see you much no more.
We do a little hunting too.
Yeah, we do. So.
All right. Well, let me ask you a few more questions about how did you come up with TSO? I mean, where did that come from? How many years ago? And what's the story behind that?
Me and Woody was fishing together, and I think I had done it before you actually got in heavy going with me. I think I had already started the YouTube channel, hadn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. And I come up with the name Trophy Seekers Outdoors, and I call it Trophy Seekers, not trophy catchers or trophy killers or whatever. And I always had the concept of what is a trophy? A trophy is what is a trophy in the eye of the beholder. You know, when I killed my first deer, my first buck deer was a spike. That was a trophy in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that trophy is, that's what a trophy is. We're always out there seeking trophies. But if I catch a 100-pound blue cat, that's a trophy to me, absolutely. But it don't make me any better than that guy that catches a 15-pound blue cat in his area, and that's the biggest fish. That's a trophy to him. A trophy is what's in there. You know, behold that trophy, love that what you caught, and be happy with that. And you know, always aspire to get a trophy, but you know, it's what's in your eyes, what a trophy is, you know, and that's what I come up with that. I love America. We put the American flag in that, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, and even my hats, I put the American flag on that. I didn't serve in the military, But I appreciate the ones that did. I love my country. We have freedom, and freedom was not free. People spilled a lot of blood for this country.
Indeed.
And I appreciate the freedom we got, the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, the freedom to get out here and hunt and fish and do the things we do. And,
important to protect that too.
Yeah, we got to protect that. Exactly. I'm not going to be political in here and all, but, Trophy 60 Outdoors may sound arrogant, but it wasn't trying to be arrogant. Like all we want is big stuff. We're just out chasing trophies every day, no matter. And if somebody goes with me, and I've took probably 75 people out on my boat, and they caught PBs, and that was a trophy to them. And that's what we was doing, was seeking a trophy for them, and they got it. And I'm happy for that. So
nice.
That might have been long-winded, but
how much is a license in where you guys fish? How much does it cost you yearly?
$80 a year, is it, Woody?
Wow.
It's went up. It's 65 or 70 this year. We got to renew this year at February. Every February.
Yeah. So, but we fish out of state.
Out of state license. Yeah, out of state license. It's not that much. It's like $30 a year. Otherwise, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
All right. So you guys always practice. I call it CPVR, catch, picture, video, release.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Always.
Or you always? You never bring them home?
No, never. Now, if we catch a channel cat, if we want to do a cooking, catch and cook. But and the fish aren't fit to keep in the Tennessee River anyway. They don't want you to eat fish that you caught in the river over once a month. So we always release our fish.
Yeah, same here. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Well,
and we'd release our deer, but they kindly don't never get up from when they hit the ground.
Not going to even get into that. Awesome, guys. Appreciate it, fellas.
If anybody's got any questions out there, too, we'd be glad to answer anything.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry for neglecting you, chat. So this is who's in chat.
There you go.
I'm not going to go all the way to the top, but let's see. We have Avid the Fisherman. We have Don R. We have 205 Wild Action. I see David Smith, and he says you explained that very well. Good job, Darrell. We have Pontoon Jody, and she's doing her thing. They're going fishing. They're taking off. We have Brandon, who's talking a lot of smack on you guys. That's a little normal. We have Austin from the James River. Who else do we have? We have I seen Freddie in here. We have Butterflies and Sunshine. Who else? I mean, just a Bobcat, of course. Here's a new one to me, anyways. CatFish, Beaver, and Outdoors. I think he's been around. We have LG Bass. Who else? And I think that's pretty much it for the most part. Yeah, Cool Cats. Yeah,
a lot of good people.
That is it.
Rebel River Cats, 205. Good people, good people. Like I say, we enjoy talking about fishing. That's one thing I love. If I had to give up every sport, the one sport I'd stick with would be catfishing. It's just such a thrill. You never know. We pretty much know every time we go out, we're probably going to catch one, but we never know if we're going to catch 1 or 12. You never know if you're going to catch a 10-pounder or a 100-pounder. And it's just the hunt. I love the hunt when I get out on that river.
Well, you got to understand, like behind the scene, behind the video, all the preparation just to get out on the water, catching the bait, setting everything up, and make sure your equipment's good, your camera's working. You check your lines, respool, whatever you need to do before you go out there and catch a fish. A lot of people think it's easy, but it's more to it. It's more complex.
Absolutely. Well, the reason
I've exhausting.
The reason I've got 3 of these rods in here because we broke 3 lines while we were out fishing. So, I keep extra. Yeah, I keep backups on the boat where we don't have to retie while we're fishing.
Yep,
So
smart.
when I get back, I'm going to retie and put everything back on. That way, I like to be organized. That way, when we get out there, all we're going to worry about is fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, I
we
normally
were.
take off like 10 feet of line, cut it before I retie, so there's no nooks or anything on there. Yup.
Butterflies and Sunshine said, Darrell, I sent Jeff a pic of a cake for Jody to make for your gathering. So she sent you a picture there. I don't know if you got it
All
or
right.
not.
Let me see.
And then Fish on Ed Evans said, were you using circle hooks on the guard dogs? Yes, I was, and it worked. Hey, Ed, did you see your hat that got slimed? And I don't know if you saw it in that picture or not, but your poor old hat, while we were trying to pick up that monster, 101 pound, I just can't get it right. There we go. Now you see the slime. That thing kicked and flipped my dang hat off, and he was set on it the whole time we took pictures of it.
Nice.
He said
what got me?
the messenger, but anyway.
Did you guys watch Two Stands yesterday? I think it was on Two Stands. Well, you saw it when it was Jody on there for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, when she made the dressing.
Yeah, then the James got a piece of it, gave it to the dog, and the dog denied it.
The dog wouldn't
that
even
made
eat
the show right there for me, man.
Hey, one of the dogs, this is no lie, one of the dogs, after smelling it, got up trying to get the smell out of his nose and walked around and smelled the behind of the other dog. Y'all go back and watch it if you don't believe me. Now, somebody said he licked it to get the taste out of his mouth. I don't know. I'm not going to swear that happened, but I know I saw what I saw.
That's good. You hear that, Jody? We're going to send you some online courses.
That's bad when a dog's trying to get the smell out of his nose. That bad.
I can't believe it. Nobody's figured it out. Jody does that on purpose where she don't have to cook.
Can you see that? They can't see that. Hold on. I will figure this out.
She put she called for 1 stick of butter. She put 4 sticks because she figured if 1 was good, 4 was great.
Butterfly is making me work.
That's okay, Ed. I'm going to wash this hat off. Hey, it was a lucky hat. I had it on when we caught the 101.
You can't wash it. If you wash it, you're on take off.
Well, I'll take a rag and a wash rag and clean it.
All right.
We got you. Oh, you talking about I washed the magic off?
Yep.
Uh-oh. We got Jeff and Jeff.
One second.
Look, it's Jeff's twin.
What is this?
I'm trying to add this picture.
It's an echo.
Well, you learn something new every day. Just remember that.
Anyway,
sorry, Butterfly. It's not happening.
Just forward it to me in Messenger, Jeff.
There you go.
We'll probably be back out on the river next week sometime or another if Woody gets better.
So Evan said he's getting some new hats made. When I get them, I will send you a replacement, buddy. Where's my hat, Ed? Send me a hat. All right. So I wanted to mention that a Bobcat. Don't forget, guys, he makes shirts and stickers. If you need quality stuff made, contact him and order some stickers for yourself for your club.
He made these hats
like that. Yeah, there you go. I'm actually going to contact him tomorrow and upload my logo to him and get some stickers made.
Yeah, he just made me a bunch to take to CatCon with us. So
awesome.
He does good work.
Yep, he'll appreciate that as well.
She said it's a bologna and Roman cake. Have to see it to believe it. Hey, Jody could burn water. Oh man.
Poor Jody.
That joke fell on its face. Oh man. I got to get Woody. I asked him. I said, "What day are we going next week?" He goes, "I can't tell you yet. I'm sick."
It's funny. Since I've been sitting here, I'm not coughing near as bad, but probably when I go lay down again, it'll start back.
Right when you get in front of your wife, where you can get some pity.
That's right. Will you go get me something,
Rub my
please?
back.
I better hush. You might be watching.
That's all right. You got her so spoiled. She thinks the sun sets and rises on the back of your head.
She got me spoiled. She good to me. She don't beat me much. Only in days that ended why.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm pretty much done here. Unless you want to go a little bit longer, that's fine
No,
with
I
me.
think we got everything. One thing we do have coming up in, golly, I forgot the dates on it. The King of the Tennessee River. That's going to be in March, I believe it is.
Okay.
And I forgot the dates. You guys, y'all stay tuned for that. I should have been ready for all this, and I wasn't. It's a Saturday, and I've been doing a lot of stuff with the family now. But we'll have that coming up. We're going to have that actually 2 different Saturdays. So I think
why don't you do this? Once you have it on 2 different channels on the same day, and whoever accumulates the biggest points wins. Or is that just
because I would do that, but some people have already requested certain days. So yeah, next time I will do that. So, but right now it is what it is. So I was going to look and see when it was in March here. The 16th and the 23rd. So the King of the Tennessee River. This has gotten really popular, and so we're going to have 18 people in it this time.
Ain't Steve Douglas going to be in it this year?
Not this time. No, we're talking about doing a actual fishing tournament that won't be alive, where people will pay to get in it and be the King of the Tennessee River, and they'll get belt and the money. So
cool.
That's not done yet, Woody. You weren't supposed to talk about that yet.
Oh well, spoiler alert.
That's something in work.
You should have just said no.
No, we got something in the work coming up, but it's become so popular. People will like to come down here and fish and chase these big fish and fish this King of the River Tennessee tournament. We've got people coming. We got FOA comes, and Hooks and Hammonds comes, and Chad even came. So we got a lot of people that'll come down here that love coming down here anyway. So we're gonna make it work.
Hey Woody, we've got a question for you in chat. Not to cut you off, my man.
Yes, sir.
Ed Edwin wants to know, hey Woody, are you going to have a replicate of that 100+ pound fish?
I've been doing some price searching. I plan on it. It's just, I don't want to have to rob a bank to do it. So
Woody, we may have to start a GoFundMe for it. Guys, y'all don't realize how much a replica costs.
It's like a couple grand, right?
Of that size, yeah. Like a 58-inch replica was $1,300, and I don't know what was that, like 61 inches there or something like that.
Yeah.
What that would be.
My friend, I've got a friend, or me and Woody's got a friend. He's Tim Trone. He actually has the Georgia state record for the blue cat. And he got a pretty good deal in his. He paid $13 for his, but he said he's went up now. So that's probably going to be around $15 if we go that guy. And he does great work. But man, that's a lot of money. I talked to somebody
else the other day too. I won't mention her name because I don't know if they want me to mention her or not. But they said theirs was about $2,000. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to try to make it happen. So it might just take this a little bit of time, but I'll probably make it happen.
That's it right there.
So, it's expensive to do. I'd like to have my 74-inch one also flathead done, but it's expensive to do it, it's 54. When you get into 50 something inches and 70 something pounds, man, and like his 100 something pounds, it gets really expensive real quick. So
yeah, you're gonna pay a lot of money for specialty work.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but that's, like I said, that's a once in a lifetime deal. So like to make it happen. We're just gonna ease into it and do some price searching. So probably make it happen.
Butterflies and Sunshine said, "Great show, Jeff." Well, she said, "Thanks, Darrell and Woody, for sharing your big catch." We enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Dave Smith. I was thinking the same thing. You said, but think about how much money you have spent to finally catch that fish.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fish like that, you know?
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking of that too. It starts with it all started with a gateway fish called sunfish for me. I must have dropped thousands on fishing.
Yeah.
I guess I might have to break out the credit card, I guess. Get the dust off of it.
Maybe we need to go see our sponsors and see if they'll help sponsor it whenever, and they can take it to shows and stuff, you know.
There you go.
Hey.
Almost touching my replica, he says.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, we've had a great time. It's I hope this show takes off for you. And
well, this show's gonna be like once a month, every other month. It's pretty much, it's not a set day or set time, so it's a convenience of whoever the guest is. If they want to come in and speak about their extreme takedown, it can be any type of species. It can be any size fish, whatever matters to them, whatever makes them happy, worth spreading the word about. Just wants to talk about it and showcase what they have done. So that's all it all comes down to.
Yeah.
Just your pride and joy.
We appreciate
no bragging rights. And I really appreciate you guys came on stage. It took a risk of talking to me. Woody and I, we're underneath the weather. We don't feel good. And pretty much this was Darrell's show.
Well, we appreciate you bringing us on. And one thing I will say, if anybody ever does want to come to Tennessee that's out there, hit us up. We'll, if you bring your boat, we'll try to point you in the right direction. We'll try to help you out with some bait. If you don't, if you come down here and if there's any way we can get out and help you and go with you or take you out, we will. We've always tried to do that, and help people out. And, I think where Don Arn said, I'd like to have a 29-pounder. Don, if you ever get down this way, I can't guarantee you we'll catch a 9-pounder, but we sure take you out and see if we can catch you a 29-pounder for sure.
We have the ability to anyway.
Yeah, we have the ability. We just don't know if we have that. If the good Lord's going to let us, I guess we'll say.
Yep.
Well, I know for sure. I was thinking about the last 2 years. I mentioned to you last year that I want to go to Tennessee River, have a chance to catch a monster blue like you guys did. I don't expect catching 3 digits or anything like that, but a nice 50, 60-pounder would set the vacation off correctly. So I did some research. I looked in the airplay. I checked out some hotel rooms. I think the best place, I'm not going to say where I want to stay or where I want to go, because if not, everyone else is going to be piling up that location. But I have a good idea where I want to be. I'm trying to drag Ed Evans along with me. We'll see what happens. So,
hey, y'all come down here. You come down here and we'll take you out, guys.
If we're fishing on different boats or whatever, or fishing the same boat, we're gonna make it down there one way or another.
There you go. We'll take you out, man. For sure.
Awesome. So I just want to say, everybody in chat, thank you for stopping in and check out the CatFish Den. It's something I want to do for a while. I didn't think I was going to actually do it when I first got on YouTube. I'm telling you, I'm not good at this at all. So it's all right. I'm just hanging there doing what I like to do, what I'm comfortable with. And that's it. So this interviewing process, I'm learning a lot just watching, especially Darrell. He's out there all the time. He's over there, actually. And
it's backwards.
Because I'm pointing here, but you're actually over there. So it's not mirror effect. Yeah, exactly. So I learned a lot from Darrell. Look up to him in certain aspects, but not too much. So just enough to use some of his techniques while speaking in front of the audience, unknown audience, except for the ones you see on chat. So there's much improvement out there. I'm willing to improve myself, enhance my ability, and hopefully this show, it won't die out. That's why I'm not going to make it weekly. I'm just gonna make it monthly or every other month. That's all I want to do in YouTube. But you guys are doing a great job, especially Stan too, Dustin, Jody, even James, and everyone out there. Just keep on doing your thing. It's really entertaining, and people who can't go fishing really appreciate watching you guys. People are getting into fishing, look up to you guys, and people like want to compete against you. Hey, there's always someone out there to fish against.
Yeah.
So it's always a good thing. I love this YouTube world, and I'll hopefully be around for a long time. Yeah. So
Heck yeah.
oh yeah. I had dry throat the whole time, like my throat all down here. It's all backed up.
Thank you, everybody that's joined in also.
Appreciate it so much. Thanks for letting us share our story.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, you guys stay out there. Hopefully you beat your personal best sometime soon. With that note, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you all guys around, and look out for the next person on the Catfish Den. You all have a good night. We'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah.